Sup, bitches?
Alright, boys, time for another random thought, something that's been really irritating to me. And it's something I've talked about many times, my issues with computers and shit. You know, part of the problem I have with computers is, the way everything, will just stop working a lot of the times. Like, at work, I've lately been getting a message on the computer that says, that the Microsoft Office is not activated, and I have, 3 days or whatever left to fix it. It says that it'll automatically fix it if it's connected to the corporate network, which it fucking should be. But there's, weird connection problems, because also, Google Chrome has some issues accessing certain stuff the last couple days there. But yet my email on Outlook and stuff still works, provided the, actual license is still working for, fucking Windows, Microsoft Office, right? But, and I'm not really going to do much editing on this one, so whatever, you'll just deal with it being relatively raw with this random thoughts. But, I also, recently re-uploaded Stream 5 of Yick, my first ever playthrough of Yick, with a 5th stream of it, which contains, the famous, Sewer Rory sister scene, which, gets done to death in fucking video essays and is technically misquoted. But nevertheless, that's a pretty big scene to be missing from my playthrough, not to mention, it was also, most of Chapter 2 of Yick in that playthrough. So, I was like, yeah, cool, I'm gonna re-upload Part 5. And you see, I had to cut it to make a couple of little minor edits. And also, I wanted to isolate just the Yick stuff, so I cut out all of the Sans attempts that were on that stream for this re-upload, right? And now the Yick playlist is complete, which is great, actually. That's one good thing, is I finally did get it. But I spent fucking hours last night waiting for it to process on Movie Maker, for it to not work, both fucking times. Like, the video file was, corrupted or something. Splitting it into 2 videos helped, but, that's a problem that I run into with Movie Maker, It's kind of on me for still using Movie Maker and being stubborn with that. But yeah, Movie Maker sometimes has a real issue with longer videos being re-edited and recut. With a lot of my old gameplay streams and whatnot in particular, it seems to have issues with that. Eventually splitting it in half did work, so whatever, it's up now. The Yick playlist is finally complete after all these years. Because if you ever check that playlist, I curated a certain way. It's one of the only playlists I do that with, where I put all 3 reviews first, because, I did 3 different reviews of Yick. My initial one, which is bad and has aged poorly. My second one, which is when I actually started to realize I unironically liked the game. And then my third one, when I reviewed 1.5. And then after that, I put highlights, and then after that, finally the streams. But if you look at the streams, for the longest time, there was a gap in the original playthrough, where it just went 1, 2, 3... and then 4, and then finally I did get 4.5 as the second one, the second 4 stream, right? So that's there. And then it just skips to my New Game Plus playthroughs. Well, if you don't know, my original playthrough was 13 streams, so just having 4 for the longest time, that's a pretty big gap. I was finally able to complete it, because I didn't want to throw all the others in there and then just have a gap in the middle. I know, it's a weird thing with the playlist, and it's a whole tangent I'm going off on now. But yeah, hopefully, when I go into work tomorrow, which, it will tomorrow, the Microsoft Office will still work, because I still got a couple of days. But it's going to be really fucking annoying if that has a problem. Hopefully they've got it resolved over the weekend or something. Like this, I emailed my general manager about it, and he's like, oh, submit a service ticket. And I tried to do that, and that wasn't working either with the network issues. But then he force rebooted it, and then I didn't really check it since then, because that was when I was leaving on Saturday. Incidentally, I will be uploading the review of Beavis and Butthead Virtual Stupidity very soon. I was actually going to upload that last night if I didn't get fucking sidetracked with waiting for fucking hours for that fucking video to not fucking process properly. Another problem I've been having lately is my hard drive, my local disk. Keeps having less memory when I do cleanup on it, because I do cleanups on it every once in a while, right? So that I have enough space to, do editing and shit. But the problem is that it doesn't always come back with the same amount, and it's been super inconsistent. Now you might think, oh, that sounds like a failing hard drive. The weird thing is, it's an SSD. that's the local disk. The hard drive that's not an SSD is fine and never has that problem. And that's the secondary drive. The main drive in this computer is an SSD, but it's acting like that in some regards. So I don't know if SSDs can have that same problem. I am so tech illiterate. It still works, and it's been having this problem for a while now. I have to clear out shit and then try and find little bits and pieces I can cut on the computer too. But everything saves to the other drive, so I don't know how this one fills up. When I clear my web history, that does clear it up a little bit, right? I do clear that every once in a while. So there is stuff like that. But it can be really frustrating. I also actually had a poll in the Discord about what the next Random Thoughts would be, and I'm going to do that soon as well, because they wanted to hear my opinions about therapy. Because I've been getting a lot of ads for fucking BetterHelp, which is, not the best company, reputation-wise. And it gets me really annoyed every time I see that ad. And I want to talk about it, and I will do that in a future episode as planned. But with how annoyed I was at Movie Maker last night, and how annoyed I've been the last couple days with stupid little shit like that at work. And there's also, different websites and apps that have been having issues at work and stuff like that. Again, lots of problems. Not to mention our work computers are on fucking Windows 11 now, which I hate. Because it's built like a Mac. You can apparently change the layout. I can't figure out how to do that, and I don't even know if I have access to do that on the work computer, but I fucking hate the way it looks currently. I also recorded part of a snack review, which will eventually go up when I get enough footage for something to actually be video-worthy. I was going to do a stream tonight, but then I just haven't gotten around to it. But it is almost 3 a.m. I probably should not start a stream now just because of my tendency to run until like fucking 6 a.m., especially if I start a stream this fucking late. And this has been kind of a tangent-y, all over the place Random Thoughts, like a classic episode of Random Thoughts. So, that said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good one. Toodles.
Subscribe, feed it your red eye.